2019 had many big surprising moments that fans are still talking about to this day. But in 2020, WWE is planning even bigger and better things that will definitely shock fans. So today, I count down 10 big WWE plans rumored for 2020. On Monday Night Raw recently, Seth Rollins wrestled Kevin Owens, and during the match, the AOP interfered and attacked Kevin Owens, but AOP did not attack Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins then hit Kevin Owens with 2 curb stomps. Seth Rollins has clearly turned heel, and it looks like he will be aligning himself with AOP. But this new faction will be using an old name. There are rumors that Seth Rollins and AOP will call themselves the Shield. Seth Rollins will be the leader of the new Shield, and AOP will be at ringside during all of Seth Rollins' matches going forward, which will lead to Seth Rollins going on a winning streak. The reason why WWE officials want to use the Shield name is because they want fans to be angry at Seth Rollins for using the name of the faction that many fans have fond memories of. WWE fans were shocked when The Rock returned on the SmackDown debut on Fox. The Rock obviously did not wrestle, but he did get physical during his appearance, where he put over Becky Lynch and attacked King Baron Corbin. Rumors are now going around that The Rock will return in 2020, but this time it will be to team up with his real-life cousin, Roman Reigns, at WrestleMania 36, where The Rock and Roman Reigns will face whoever the SmackDown Tag Team Champions are at that point, and this will lead to Roman Reigns and The Rock winning the SmackDown Tag Team titles. But this will be a short title reign, and The Rock and Roman Reigns will lose the tag team titles not too soon after WrestleMania 36, because The Rock will not be around to defend the SmackDown tag team titles. When Rey Mysterio won the US title from AJ Styles on an episode of Raw, it was in part thanks to Randy Orton interfering in the match and hitting the RKO on AJ Styles, while the referee was unconscious, as Randy went from being booed to getting cheered. But the real reasons for Randy's actions during the match have now come to light, according to a new rumor. In 2020, Rey Mysterio will be good friends with Randy Orton on television, but then Randy will betray the US champion Rey Mysterio and hit him with the RKO, as it's revealed that Randy pretended to be friends with Rey so he could then turn on him and beat him in a match for the US title. And Rey will learn a very hard lesson that you never trust the Viper. King Baron Corbin is doing everything he can to make fun of the big dog Roman Reigns, including having his big dog logo bark like a little dog instead of a big dog, as well as bringing out a mascot called the Big Dog, as Baron has made the mascot do embarrassing and humiliating things to try and get under Roman Reigns' skin. But now there is a backstage rumor that Baron Corbin's effort to bury Roman Reigns will backfire. According to the rumor, during an episode of Friday Night SmackDown, Baron will bring out the Big Dog mascot and make a fool out of him. That is until the mascot spears Baron Corbin, and as Baron is laid out on the mat, the mascot will take off his mask to reveal that it's Roman Reigns. And the true Big Dog will stand tall smiling in the middle of the ring, as Baron Corbin now knows whose yard it truly is. Tyson Fury was able to get over with wrestling fans using his remarkable talking skills and wit. As for Cain Velasquez, he needed to lean on Rey Mysterio to get over, and Cain let Rey do most of the talking. And now, according to a leaked backstage rumor, Vince will have Tyson wrestle in a match in 2020, but this time it will be an even tougher opponent than Braun Strowman, because Tyson will take on Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. And if Vince is once again happy with Tyson Fury's performance during the feud with Brock Lesnar, then there is a good chance that Vince will sign Tyson to a contract and have him wrestle several times a year at big pay-per-views. On Monday Night Raw recently, Matt Hardy made a surprise return to WWE. Matt Hardy ended up losing to Buddy Murphy, which upset many fans. But Matt Hardy lost because there are actually big plans that are rumored for Matt Hardy in 2020 that will excite Matt Hardy's longtime fans. In 2020, Matt Hardy will go on a losing streak, which will lead to the return of Matt Hardy's Impact Wrestling gimmick, Broken Matt Hardy. NXT won the night at the Survivor Series 2019 pay-per-view after winning 4 matches at the show. The reason why NXT has been featured so heavily on TV and pay-per-views recently is because Vince McMahon wants to help NXT defeat AEW in the TV ratings. And so far, it has helped NXT immensely in the ratings. Vince McMahon so desperately wants NXT to defeat AEW that in 2020, he will bring back the wildcard rule in 2020. But this new wildcard rule will be different than the past one. The new version of the wildcard rule will only focus on NXT, which means that wrestlers from Raw and SmackDown can appear on NXT anytime they want, and NXT wrestlers can appear on Raw and SmackDown as well. Vince McMahon and Triple H hope that using the wildcard rule for NXT will be the best way to win the ratings battle against AEW. WWE will soon be bringing back an old pay-per-view. There are rumors going around that in 2020, that WWE will be using the name of an old ECW pay-per-view named CyberSlam. The current plan for the CyberSlam pay-per-view is to feature online fan voting, which will be similar to the past WWE pay-per-views, Taboo Tuesday and Cyber Sunday. The pay-per-view will allow fans to pick stipulations of matches, and even pick who will challenge the champions in title matches. One of the reasons why WWE is doing this is because Vince McMahon got upset when he found out that AEW will be doing special episodes of AEW Dynamite using old WCW pay-per-view names, like Bash at the Beach. So Vince is trying to get revenge on AEW by showing that he can use old pay-per-view names as well. At SummerSlam in 1994, it was The Undertaker versus The Undertaker. And now WWE has plans to have a very similar match in 2020, which will involve Bray Wyatt's split personalities facing off against each other, as the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt takes on the Fiend Bray Wyatt, in a match that is sure to garner huge attention from fans. And the loser of the match will cease to exist, as the feud and the match will have paranormal and supernatural overtones. Bray Wyatt will continue to portray both the Funhouse version and the Fiend version, but when they actually wrestle, a different wrestler with a similar build and hairstyle as Bray will portray the Fiend, and Vince McMahon hopes that some fans will believe that Bray Wyatt is actually wrestling himself. And because the Fiend wears a mask, it will be much easier to do than the Undertaker vs. Undertaker match, because back then, it was obvious who the real Undertaker was. But with the Fiend wearing a mask, it will be much easier this time around to fool fans. And the wrestler who will portray the Fiend in the match will get temporary tattoos that are exactly like the real Bray Wyatt's tattoos. And the winner of the match will most likely be the Fiend. And fans say goodbye to the Firefly Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt forever. Some fans were shocked that Shayna Baszler defeated Bayley and Becky Lynch at Survivor Series in a triple threat match. But after the match ended, when Shayna was celebrating, Becky attacked Shayna and beat her down, and showed her who the true champion was. Some fans were confused as to why Shayna was beat down after she won, because having Becky beat her down hurt Shayna's win and made her look weak. There was speculation that the beatdown occurred because Vince McMahon wanted Becky to remain strong in defeat, and it was Bayley who tapped out to Shayna and not Becky. But now it seems that the real reason why all of this happened was to build to a match in 2020 between Becky and Shayna, which is rumored to take place at WrestleMania 36. And will be title for title, as Becky puts her Raw Women's Championship on the line, and Shayna will put her NXT Women's Championship on the line. And Becky hopes to once again be known as Becky Two Belts, as she becomes the very first woman to hold both the Raw Women's Championship and NXT Women's Championship at the same time. What are your WWE predictions for 2020? leave a comment, and give me your predictions. And don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling news and rumor videos.